Every day, the plagues of alcoholism, addiction, and untreated mental health issues impact millions of lives. Clean Recovery Centers offers a path to recovery, whether one has reached rock bottom or simply requires new life tools that will enable them to get clean, live clean, and stay clean. With more on all of the levels of care offered, I'm happy to welcome to the show Katelyn LaBare. Katelyn, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so glad we're talking about this. And I just touched on the different levels. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yes, absolutely. I know that the behavioral health, unless you're working in that sector, it can be very difficult and overwhelming for individuals to know what is good for their family members or themselves. So I think it's best to let people know what our levels of care are. So starting out at our highest level of care, we have our detox level of care, and that's going to be for individuals that are physically addicted to substances and need some medical intervention to help with that. Additionally, right after detox, we have residential care, which can be about 30 days long, and that's going to include that 24-hour surveillancing care, but also involved in clinical programming, such as groups and therapy weekly. One lower level of care of that is our PHP level of care. And that's going to be a little bit more freedom for our clients. They've kind of overpassed that struggling period with needing 24-hour surveillance services and medication to where they'll be in more clinical programming, but less intense medically. But we still have the services to help them medically as well. And then we also have virtual IOP, where if people are struggling to be in treatment, we do have that flexible option for them as well.
Again, I think it's all about flexibility, like you just said, and finding that right path and where that person may need to be. So I'm glad you talked about it. And I'm curious, too, you have an interesting role, Director of Compliance. What does that mean? Why is it so important to at Clean to be able to have this position in you?
Yes, absolutely. So compliance has many different areas within a company. The best way to describe it is that I am looking for risk mitigation throughout the entire company and for our clients. So I make sure that all of our services are running smoothly and the clinical programming is appropriate, along with housing and other things to make sure that it's safe for the clients as well, while also adhering to our accrediting bodies.
And once you're able to see those, you're able to see like the levels of care you just touched on. Talk about the mission of the Recovery Center and why the client care is just the most important factor that you're able to focus on and therefore then help.
Yeah, absolutely. Those who are in active addiction are usually viewed as pests, or maybe they have wronged many people in their lives or their family members, and there can be a lot of very strong negative feelings towards those who are in active addiction. Our philosophy and how we want to treat everybody, first and foremost, is with kindness and compassion. Additionally, we want to ensure that they feel that they have an equal opportunity as well as everybody else to get clean. And we want to make sure that we treat them with no judgment throughout their entire programming with us, and that we're here to help them.
I like that, just being kind, treating people with kindness. That's such a powerful statement. I know you do that, of course, at Clean. Let's go ahead, share some contact information. If you want to learn more, of course, you can go to the website, which you see there, but also their TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, making it easy in the social networking world. Again, Clean Recovery Centers. Katelyn, thank you so much for sharing this important information.
Thank you. I appreciate it.